Another shot is coming raw and unbounded. The whiskey's always talking and the beer's overflowing. Another shot is gonna hit you with a mind overloading on it. The bar is always open with no inhibitions. Another shot will leave your sensories twitching. Cause remember, everything we say is just our opinion. But then again, it might be the alcohol talking. It might be the alcohol talking. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Welcome to another Shot Podcast, where our opinions might be real, or it could just be the liquor talking. Sit back and enjoy another shot.
Boy, I tell you what, it's getting slim pickings in that fridge. I think we've done the Lord's work. What's going on, guys? Welcome to our Wednesday night open bar, or affectionately called open mic night by our good friend Cowboy. Either one really works. So, oh, just in time. Special delivery. I didn't have the heart to say that's not Oktoberfest. I did make a request for some Yingling Oktoberfest, but hey, you know what? I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. Oh, thanks to the lovely missus for, that's hilarious. A couple quick shout outs real quick, guys, before we truly get started tonight. To our good friends, MLH Distillery, located right here in Grove City, Pennsylvania, the official sponsor of Another Shot Podcast. Their hours of operation are Fridays, 5 to 11 p.m., Saturday, 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. All these awesome bottles you see on your screen and you see me pouring at the bar, you can purchase right there at MLH Distillery. And you can also purchase it at MLHdistillery.com. Guys, you can also find them on Facebook. That is MLH Distillery. Another quick shout out to our good friends at Snap-on Tools, the premier selection in automotive tools. There you go, Robin, buddy. We love you. You know, the fun part about doing Wednesday night open bar is trying to find a conversation, trying to get people to kind of, you know, and there's a lot of times we get people popping in, you know, most of the time we talk about booze, alcohol. We had something really interesting happen overnight, and while we were setting up the show today, she was kind of tying up some loose ends real quick, and as I was watching the screen, I noticed this trend kept going. So guys, they had 773. I found an opportunity to check after I got off work today, and something caught out, and I'm like, this has to be wrong. This can't be right. overnight went from 3 followers to, as of right now, we're at 3.3 the last time I checked. Thousand. All this isn't a bragging thing right now. I impose. Now, those of you that watch the that one post. Now, I've gotten over 34 on a post. It's neat. This one has over 48,000 views. Some, I think, I want to say like 600 shares. Over 100 comments. All it took was one positive post. So there's 2 things to take away from this. One, that just shows how much of an icon that woman is, and she's still spreading.
It has
positive.
6.3 thousand 100 shares. And we are currently at 3.5 thousand.
It's fine. All it took was one post. The one we always strive for on here is, on TikTok, I'm constantly saying, the very first thing I tell you is we have one rule and one rule only: we comment at the door. We get a loud joke, drinking, having all. We ended up, we always do what we call the last shot. We leave some positive at the end. We have a good time. We go. I apologize for that little blip, guys.
No, it's definitely ours. I don't know what's going on tonight.
Last week we had a really hard time because the internet was in, it was out, it was in, it was out. It was not.
But I'm not even on your internet right now because it already kicked me out 3 times. So I went on to my hotspot. I'm literally sitting right beside it.
So last week we had a really hard time because the internet was in, it was out, it was in, it was out, it was in, it was out. So I had to go with my hotspot as well. So either way, we're going to keep the show going. Somebody's not having a good night. So we need to find a way to cheer Miss Kitty Cat up. Like I said, I mean, there's times I'll come on here and I'll start, I've had a bad day at work, something's happened at home, I'll be in a mood. I've seen something that really kind of, or even I have bad days. But one of the things that I noticed on here is as soon as I start saying something that's, whether it be Cowboy, Brian, dude, he comes on here and he makes me laugh too. Brian's joining us from, he is one half of Talking Shit. Awesome. And that's SHTTT, by the way, guys. Just throwing it out there if you want to kind of look it up. They got some good stuff too. But I mean, the one thing we always strive for, like we've had musicians in here, comedians, it's just laugh. there's too much going on. People just, even today, still, I mean, I think it's on the downswing at least, and people are trying to find ways to laugh again, ways to smile. You're seeing less and less, for lack of a better way to put it, bitchiness online. You know, this is one of the things we strive for. We don't divide people. You know, that's why we don't talk about politics. We don't talk religion. We try not to push agenda. But, like I said, I mean, it's just, it's crazy. All it took was one simple post, and that post just like went, can't say viral. I mean, I literally slapped that together in like 2 minutes. I never expected that type of response. So here's where it gets really fun. You know, I once heard in a movie, I believe it was Dangerous Minds, where Michelle Pfeiffer goes in, gives everybody an A, right out the gate. She said, as of right now, you all have an A in this class. And when you sit down and think about it, it's easy to get an A. Anybody can get an A. It's harder to keep it. So I know this much. That truly lit a fire under my ass to keep things up and going, and I'm hoping. Let me let's see if I can do this properly. I need to keep my friend, my business partner, my co-host at times on the upswing too, and not sit there with a snide little look on her face, because she is one of those ones, she's a negative Nancy at times. It can't happen. It's not gonna happen. Well, guess what? It just did. Not sure I'm ready for pumpkin beer yet. The good news is, we got more in the fridge. Beer, that is. The irony of it is, we literally just did everything we could to get rid of the summer beers. But I can see where she's going. I'm not going to pick or bust or anything like that. I saw it, and if you let me just finish and you stay focused with me, we'll have this. She did bring me Oktoberfest, but it was warm. So she brought me something she knew I liked that was still cold, so I had a cold beer. See, here's the fun part. I'm always the glasses half full guy. Whereas a lot of other people I know is waiting for the other shoe to drop. I have so much fun with her, and you know, this is a tell that I'm not in the mood to talk tonight. Every time I look over, there's a snack. And then she also admitted to me that is one of the ways she avoids conversation. And I'm going to jab and I'm going to poke, because sometimes you got to light a fire under her ass.
It's not that I'm not in the mood to talk tonight. I literally have not eaten anything all day.
Did I offer you some food? Some real food instead of Lunchables? Did I? I reciprocate what you do for me.
But
you bring in food and everything.
I had my mind set on
Lunchables.
Yeah.
Taking you back to your childhood.
No, I didn't have
Right
these.
before. Oh, that's right.
We're too
Hell,
old for
They didn't
these.
even have microwaves back then, so.
I'm only 4 months older than you, little dork.
She looks like she's 20 years older than me, but that's all right. Now, see, here's something we haven't got to do in a while, and I'm pretty sure those of you watching are going to enjoy this part. You might see that famous brick come flying. Ah. She wants to go with... You got to do the other one if you're going to do that.
Let's get ready to rumble!
So at this point, I got her against the ropes. I'm gonna pull your plug.
Remember who's in control of the computer stuff over here?
Go for it. Yeah. I don't know. It's just like I said. I mean, it's hard to put it into words. That feeling, you know, like that sense of accomplishment. And yeah, we missed that. It's that sense of accomplishment, you know. It's kind of, you know, but then, you know, I'm not gonna lie, it does make you sweat a little bit. It's like, okay, now, how do we keep it going? How do we keep that, you know, that trend? Now, how do we get those people to check out on here? Well, one of the ways we do that is with our Wednesday night open bar. This is where we invite everybody to come on. You're more than welcome to, you know, and again, we're not perfect. We're not therapists, you know. Therapists drive me nuts. I don't know why everybody thinks, you know, I'm going to run right to, you know, therapy. We should do therapy, you know. Basically, you're going to somebody that is you pay them to tell you stuff that they read out of a book. The only good therapist I've ever been to was one that would sit down and let me vent, let me talk. And then after you know, once I got it out, you know, and he would sit down and he would jot notes. So here, when I was working for the sheriff's department, I had a bit of an anger problem. To the point where they literally put me through anger management. And at first I was kind of like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Well, it got to a point where that temper had gotten me one too many times, and I ended up getting suspended. But it's the weirdest suspension I've ever been on, because my sergeant picked and chose specific nights. Yeah, instead of it being a 3-day straight suspension, no, it was a night here, and then another night here, and then another night here, and it was over a 3-week span. Okay, you got my attention.
That's a little suspicious.
Well, once I knew I was in trouble, I did what a lot of people do. You know, I went for that little bit too late. And I said, all right, you know what? I'll do the anger management. Well, it's too late for that. We already gave you that option. You wouldn't take it. So I went anyways. Kind of bucked the system still. And honestly, I thought it helped. At first, I was kind of like, you know, dude, I came in here, you know, I'm supposed to be working on my temper, and all you're doing is giving me like little homework assignments, and here, do this and do that. I said, I thought this was supposed to be like counseling. I'm supposed to come in, say what's going on. So he switched gears and let me talk. And then he said, okay, so let me point out what you said here. And let's focus on that. So that's how I kind of, and he gave me a strong letter of recommendation. And I tell you what, it wasn't long after that. The captain started joking with me. Things got a lot better. And before I knew it, it finally happened. I was no longer on night shift. They put me on a day shift. They felt that I'd progressed enough and they put me on the best squad. The one with the most experience, and I tell you what, it's just, from there, I'm sure if I'd stayed, I probably would have gotten that corporal promotion I was, fighting for. But like I said, I left all that behind. I've had my fair share. I've had to swallow that bitter pill. And that's why, and there's a point to all this, guys, I'm constantly, it's not like what some people say, oh, I gotta be the life of the party. No, it has nothing to do with that at all. I like to see people smile. It makes me feel good to have people laugh and have a good time, to joke, to bring the mood up. Are you like 10 over there just making faces and so on and so forth? I mean, good Lord, woman, you are just like, you're on one tonight. Speaking of trying to get somebody cheered up, it's just she's going to buck the system. She's going to push that status quo. She won't laugh. She won't joke. She's fidgety. She's all over the place. That brain is like, it's not just one hamster spinning on that wheel. They're fighting for that next rung. This is where you go, focus. Remember why you're here. And by the way, this is also your outlet too. So feel free to laugh and joke, and she'll sit there and she'll hit every sound effect. Because unfortunately, when it comes to a battle of wits, she's unarmed. You're not the only one that can stir the pot. Call me Sherwin-Williams. I'm always stirring the paint. I'm actually really surprised that we don't have, like, I would have thought 100% like Cowboy Mash Brothers. Where is everybody? I mean, let's open the line of conversation here, guys. I need some back and forth. Brian, are you still in here, man? How's things going? Things starting to level out for you, brother? He actually sent me a picture. And again, this is stuff that I absolutely love. Being the life of the party is, heavy lies the crown. But he saw the smoker. So then he turned around and bought one. He said he blames me. I love stuff like that. It's I don't know, like I said, it's such an awesome feeling seeing, Chris is a good example of this. We were just talking about this the other night, where you want to talk about a thermonuclear temper. He'll be fine 1 second, and before you know it, I mean, he'll echo across the whole building. But it's gotten to the point now where when he does go off into these little tandems, it's even progressed further than just, okay, I can go over and joke with him a little bit, and he'll just, he'll break character all of a sudden. He'll realize he's doing it now, and then he'll be like, hey, Bill. And then he'll start doing his bushwhacker walk away. He starts poking fun at his own mannerisms. The power of laughter. Fun. So when somebody says, you know, the life of the party, no. It doesn't have to be the life of the party. I can fit in with just about any crowd. You even made the comment the one time you were kind of surprised. I went to your house once. Everybody was having drinks and sitting back and chilling, and it was one of those rare nights where I was drinking, but I wasn't. And I just kind of sat back, and you know why? Because when you're in somebody else's house, you know, you kind of gotta, all right, let's feel it out. Let's see how people are doing, and I don't know. I was inside somebody else's walls, so I mean, it's one thing to get away with something here. I always try not to disrespect the other person in their own home, whether, you know, on purpose or accidental. So I sit down, and the first thing I do is I'll feel things out. I'll get a lay of the land. Doesn't mean I get it right all the time. But at least I get, you know, even, you know, out and about. I kind of, you know, it's like when we first hung out with Arliss and those guys on that Santa crawl. We finally got to meet everybody a little bit more, and, you know, it took a little bit. You know, I gotta throw our good friend Jason under the bus. He knows how I feel about certain things, and he just kind of, you know, he had to kind of, what's your opinion? Well, I'm this, and that. Okay, well, dude, I've had an experience, so, oh, but you know, well, what about this, and that, you know, oh, if that, it's like, dude, my wife's notorious for that too. That dig. What, you know, you didn't give the answer that they were looking for the first time, so what do? They'll ask the same question just using different words, or, you know, well, you still, okay, you know, I can only color a picture so bright, guys. You know, certain situations, you know, you act a certain way. Now, granted, that was also one of those times where, whew, that was a fun. Here, let's do this. I knew better, but I did it anyways. Let's not eat, so we can make sure we get there, not knowing that when we got there, we still had plenty of time. But it was our first time, so we were in a rush, and we were up and gone, and before we even left the first bar, I was already 3 beers and 2 shots in. Thank you, Dave. And Jason. He actually contributed on that one, too. Then we get outside, everybody's got flasks. I mean, it was just like a non-stop. So by the time, thank God, the very first place we stop at is a bistro. So we were able to put some food in the bellies, and everybody was a little bit better. Okay, here we go, we're gonna run it. I'm pretty sure the main goal on everybody's mind was to drink every alcohol that you can get from every bar. We just wanted to drain them dry. I guess those wings were good at the end of the night.
Oh my God. That, I have no clue how you even tasted them.
Come to think of it, neither do I. But that was also one of those times where I was having so much fun, and then it seemed like the alcohol kicked on more than one person. Everything started to happen. You know, as much as I hated it at the time, leaving that night was the best thing. And I tell you what, it got nice and quiet. I was out.
Mm-hmm.
You're over there shaking your head like, I know you. So the first thing, this is where Kat would go, oh, the silence was golden. Oh, he wasn't talking. But she seems to forget that when she starts to turn it on, she's pretty much a blabbermouth herself. Just saying, pot calling the kettle black. It's easy to point the finger. Ah. Oh, guys, we need some back and forth here. We need some good conversation because Snacky McDougal over there is not gonna feed me anything tonight.
Nope.
No pun intended. That's funny.
It's funny. You can't open it?
I got like 12 of them over here now.
Okay.
Maybe a bottle opener too.
Okay.
So ask though, all joking aside, still working on.
Yeah, today's me that.
Ah.
Today was not such a great day.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually in a mood. Finally get that R&R, which that R&R is going to require me to do a lot of housework. I don't have a son at home for summer break anymore, so there's going to be yard work. Prepping for fall. We always have like a, we have a routine. Working on the studio a little bit more. Finally getting all my panels up. Putting some more stuff on the walls. Adding more stuff to our little memorabilia wall. Trying to figure out what's going on there?
No.
You're just like this. You're still trapped. You're closed and it's not opening. Is this an on-purpose thing or what's going on? Let's talk about it.
So sort of.
I was about to say silence is golden. You can see it like, it was like right there. And, normally you don't work so hard not to talk. Yeah, it takes a little while. That's why I call you the diesel engine. But once you warm up, you go. Tonight, you're just not.
I don't want to open a can of worms.
Okay, so what's your thoughts on the overnight sensation?
My brain hasn't configured that yet. I'm literally just mush over here. It's just a big full of pudding.
That's one way to put it.
It's full of pudding. I can't even swim through it to try and clear it out.
It was, you know what? That's one way to go ahead and jeez, or even better. Ah. Slightly cold. You could put it beside the same stuff that Sarah just went and got. I did not. I'd asked her earlier, and we are joined. He already said he couldn't stay very long. He was just gonna pop in, say hello. Our good friend Hooper. Oh, well, you guys get to see this reaction. Oh, thank you. Let me show you a little something that happened just the other night. There he is. This happened in the past 17 hours.
Thank you.
And all of it's okay. Let's turn the volume off. It all stemmed from that post that I put last night.
We lost a real good one.
And so that's why the topic that we're trying to get going. Wait, what? Is he trying to be a Bobby Ryder? Do we decipher what, he's...
I have no clue.
All here repeating itself.
Dad tax.
I guess. Maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of people here that...
Bye, everybody.
It's kind of like, what was it, Mr. McFeely, the postman from Mr. Rogers. He comes in, makes a delivery, and out the door he goes. See ya, brother. And not only that, he was a friend bearing gifts. I think one of the reasons Sarah was so apt to go out and get me beer tonight is because I said I need to go back to doing beer first, and then we'll worry later on. Kind of pace myself instead of hitting the ground running. Albeit, I usually only go through one glass on here, and then the next one, and it is Wednesday night, so I am interested in seeing on how that rock and rolls. But like I said, Kat, you're gonna have to find that inner angel somehow, girl. We need to open up some dialogue. What are you hiding from? Lifesavers? Well, okay.
Nothing. I was closing them up.
You had this weird look on your face, like I just discovered, I found Waldo. It's crazy. I'm actually kind of thoroughly surprised that we're not getting too many, we're getting one cryptic and two, oh, hey, by the way, the internet. Yeah, we had to do something about the internet. Sorry about that. But apparently we got it fixed. So here's another one that, so Mom made the comment yesterday, it always comes in threes. Now, we all know about yesterday, and we lost the drummer to ZZ Top. As it turns out, and this is, they're going to have these weird, I guarantee people are going to put up these crazy ones. We did lose another icon yesterday. What's going on, brother? Apparently, we're just going to leave everything over there in the chat, so don't worry about it, guys. Just letting you know, girl. Just saying. Oh, the Mafia stare down has begun. Anywho, unfortunately, yes, we lost another icon yesterday, and that is Mr. Tim Curry. Same age, same day. Dude, for those of you that don't know, Tim Curry was... Dude, when it comes to character actors, that man could do everything. He was an actor. He was a singer. A lot of people remember him from Rocky Horror Picture Show. I think he's most notably remembered as Pennywise the Clown in the original television series It. He was also Darkness in Legend. Then went on to do Congo. He was the concierge, the hotel manager in Home Alone 2. He could do slapstick. If anybody's seen the second Scary Movie 2, he was hilarious. They did the movie adaptation of Clue. In the end, it turned out he was Mr. Body. So, yeah, when Mom predicted that, she said whenever, it always happens in threes. So, rest in peace, Tim Curry. Dude, it's not been a great year for celebrities. I mean, we're losing some names this year. Kind of makes you, who do we got to look forward to now? Basically all the heroes that we grew up idolizing, watching, listening to. You know what the sad part is? I'm still counting on the days to 50. I can't wait. I don't know. I look at it as though all you can do is thank you for the memories to these people. Screw 2026. I lost too much in 2026. Oh man. This is one of the worst years though. Let's be honest about it. I mean, you knew it was going to be interesting. We lost Ozzy. We lost Hulk. Man, recently we lost Dolly. Just Robert Duvall, like all the, all these names that, they were well known. I tell you what, the worst thing that can happen is we're going to lose Bruce Willis soon. That poor man. But I know this much. I think I know every Dolly Parton song at this point, word for word. Because all day at work, that's what they wanted to do in the tire section where I work. All day. There was a little bit of freedom this morning, but then it was just Dolly all day. But we did the same thing when Ozzy went. We played Ozzy until it was just kind of like, oh. Like for me, I tell you what, I remember, geez, oh man, when I think back on Hulk Hogan, Terry Bollea. Personal stuff aside, I still see him as that hero. I had his poster on the wall. I was actually rooting for him against the Ultimate Warrior. Both of them were my favorite, but it was, Hulk was more, I've sat back and, his movies, and his movies sucked. Let's call it what it was, okay? Some of the worst movies, but yet you still love them. Oh, man. But yeah, 2026 has been very interesting, and I will say this much though, at least for me, man, this year's flown by. Where did the summer go? I mean, yeah, it was hot, it was humid. It seemed like overnight it went from, okay, we still had chilly mornings to it was just scorching hot out to, now we're back to chilly mornings. School's getting ready to kick in. I got a youngest that's getting ready to start cross country. It's her first time actually competing for the school. And she's been putting a lot of work in. That's what I said. I mean, I can always find a way to put a positive spin on something. And that is one of the biggest things I promote on here all the time is you can't wallow. And this is a hard pill for me to swallow because I am extremely notorious for still holding on to things from my past. But that's what makes me want to fight harder to be happy. I've said it 1,000 times. Ball games and barbecues. I've made it as simple as possible. And then there's this. Doing this. I absolutely love coming on here, whether it be for 1 to 2 people or whether it be, there's been nights where we've had a bunch of viewers. I love doing this. At this point, it is a true passion. And I just always, I need to figure out more ways to, you know, what can I do next? You know, how do I keep people in the loop? How do I keep them, you know, keep them on the ride? That's why I need to talk to those gentlemen, Mark and Brian, because they do some really neat stuff. Maybe I just need to sit down and start messing around with the computer a little bit more. I don't know. It's just, I'm not the most tech savvy, but I tell you what, every now and then I'll stumble upon something and just be like, holy shit, this is, how did I not do this before? You know, I take a lot of inspiration from other people. Try not to copy anybody else. You know, again, like when we make our drinks, you know, yeah, we can do the recipes all day long on here. Anybody could. But how can we make it better? How can we, you know, make it our own? And at the same time, still entertain you guys. There's the trick. You know, I absolutely still love the fact that, you know, everybody wants to bash on TikTok. You know, even Chris is now finally starting to kind of like, maybe. You know, I was against it at first too. I wasn't a big fan. I thought, oh, it's more for the kids. And then once I got on there and really started digging around, I'm like, oh, this is actually really cool. And we've met a lot of people. And then we get a lot of those people coming on here. You know, it's just, it's fun. It gets addictive. And, not gonna lie, it gets the better of me at times. I'm still notorious for in the heat of the moment. Well, one more, just one more. Hence the reason I have some quote unquote babysitters on there. It's like, dude, there's that slur. Don't know, guys. Like I said, I'm all in. I'm in for the ride now. And again, like they always say there's that overnight. Now, let's not put the cart before the horse, okay? So we've done it once. Now the trick, can I do it again? Can we get those people that, you know, said, hey, let's check these guys out. Let's follow. How many of them have actually popped in tonight? We don't know. There, you know, it's kind of, you know, that's why I'm constantly trying to, like, you know, we need to keep upbeat. We need to keep the dialogue. We need to keep the talking, you know. And then you got people like Hooper, just like, you know, okay, dude, can you swing by? Yeah, well. And not only does he bring me my Yingling Oktoberfest, he brings me Moosehead, which is something that we've been both just discussing left and right. We needed to bring that in here. Don't know what else really to talk about because again, I'm. This is where you hit the crickets, you know, it's just. It's a peaceful protest at this point, folks. We've got that not gonna do it grin. You're on your own. I'm gonna sit over here and just be like, But, like I said, I've got my reasons for being upbeat. I'm excited. I finally get that little bit of time off. I've been stressing all month long. And I'm actually really excited to get some stuff caught back up. And I can thank my wife for kind of getting that little oomph. Help me to get that little pep in my step. And we still got a whole nother night yet. We got our Thirsty Thursday Thoughts and Shots coming up. Now, originally we were going to do sports, but my sports people are nowhere to be found. One's gone completely comatose. One's on vacation. One's really enjoying his chair. Just gonna have to, and one that was somewhat finally getting into it is just kind of, If there was an emoji, she would be meh right now. So, which way do I want to go? Oof, that's plenty cold now. But bear in mind, folks, this is also my favorite time of the year. I am not too much of a heat guy anymore. I really enjoy hoodie weather. You know, again, I'm a simple guy. Football, bonfires on occasion. I don't know, even those are kind of getting, you know, I'm more apt to sit down with my friends on the front porch and just BS and have some cool ones. And, you know, I like the shorter days. Let's be honest, guys. I'm more of a night owl than I am a day person. But I'm also weird like this. You know, I might want to stay up late, but I try not to sleep the day away. You know, I'm one of those ones, you know, this is why I can't work midnights. You know, one of the things I hated was going to sleep and waking up all on the same day. That just, it messes with you. It really does. You never feel fully rested. I am a simple, okay, I'm not gonna say I'm a 9-to-5er because I can't stand doing the 9 to 5. I'm more of a, you know, I like my mid shift that they have me on. You know, I'm a 8 to 4:30 guy. Or something like that, I can't remember, 8 to 5, somewhere along those lines. My schedule is so screwed up anymore, it's unreal. Friday Night Lights. I may have to hit good old Hooper up on that one because we've been chomping at the bit and we are really looking forward to the rivalry game. And what's fun about the rivalry game here, folks, I did not know when I went to school in Slippery Rock that Grove City was their rival. Of course, bear in mind, I mean, I had like 3 places I went to. That was about it. I wasn't the person to get out there. College football starts Saturday. You guys are just now coming on. You do know we started almost an hour ago. Man. Bobby, how's vacation, brother? If I'm not mistaken, you're in Rodan, are you not? Or did you get down to Kill Devil Hills? I'm trying to remember where you were saying you were going. So, actually then, if that's true, Bobby, we should have our first game tomorrow night. So that's something I'm going to have to catch up. You know what, Matt? Every time I go down there, I say the exact same thing. Kill Devil Hills. Dude, I ought to call my brother right now and tell you to take you to some places. If you're in Kill Devil Hills and you don't go and visit Jack Brown's, I'm telling you, you're missing out. Thank you, Blue. It's a good thing I was just telling him where to go on the Outer Banks. Love you, buddy. There's some free publicity for those guys. I mean, every time somebody goes to the Outer Banks, they say they're in Kill Devil Hills. I recommend go to Jack Brown's. Good food, good drinks, and if you got the time, dude, keep traveling. Go through Nag's Head and go down to Manio. Dude, there are craft beer bars all over the place. There's restaurants right there. Is Jack Brown's kid friendly? During the day, yes. During the day. Trust me on that one. And then there, I'm trying to remember the, give me 1 second, Bobby. I got your back. I'm also going to give you another place. Me and Connor go here every time we're down there. We took Steve and Christian the last time. This is a pizza joint and you will not be disappointed. Again, a little on the higher end, but I promise you, you will enjoy the hell out of it. I just got to dig through some pictures until I find it. Or maybe not. I'll just have to look up pizza places in Kill Devil Hills. But it's on the Ocean Run, dude. So, I mean, I promise you, I'll shoot you that message. But yeah, dude, Jack Brown's. You're still looking for kid-friendly places? I mean, Manio's another one. There's all sorts of places, dude. I'm telling you right now. During the day, awesome. If you could actually get that time out by yourself, hey, the kids are going to sleep or whatever, they're done. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're old enough, are they not? Make sure to take some you time. And if you want to take them fishing, take them down to Nag's Head Pier. There's a bar restaurant right there up against the pier. I think they open at 6 or 7 a.m. and they go all the way to 11 p.m. They used to be 24 hours. Going down to South Carolina tomorrow after morning beach run. So, okay, yeah, that's kind of what me and Connor did whenever we went down to one time, is we'd get up in the morning, we'd go and hit the beach, eat some food, go back to the beach, spend all day on the beach, and then the afternoon or the evening, we'd go find somewhere to eat, and then we would fish literally until almost daybreak. Go back to the room, get some sleep, rinse, wash, repeat. Dude, there's so much stuff to do down there, and I'm actually extremely jealous you got to go, because I was hoping for a miracle this year to still get to go down. And I'm not saying that, well, no, September's going to be rough because of school. I'd love to, you know, not just father-son, but I think Kaylin needs to go back. Because a good memory down there, it was a rip current, so nobody was really swimming, but there was a pod of dolphins that actually came really close to land, and I was able to... Stingray. Dude, someone's fishing down there is after a rainstorm, and I tell you what, the skates, the ray, I know you did, and unfortunately, sir, I could not make it because everybody else felt, you know what, it's August, we're all going on vacation. Hooper went on vacation, Dan went on vacation again. I mean, everybody took off. I got another coworker, he's just, you know, 1 week it's just Friday, next week it's Friday and Saturday, and then 7 games starting at 3 p.m. on Saturday. Let me know if there's anybody worth watching. But guys, it is that time of the evening. All good things must come to an end. Water is absolutely perfect. 80 degrees, not a piece of seaweed, no jellyfish, 2-foot breaking waves. Dude. The seaweed was the worst part for me and Connor the one year. It just seemed like it was all over the place. So I don't know if we went too late or... Dude, so I'm just happy that everything is working out. And again, the perfect vacation and the picture that you sent us, weather actually looked like it was decent. So, like I said, guys, we're going to wrap this one up, though. Make sure you check us out tomorrow night for a Thirsty Thursday Thoughts and Shots. We got our Sunday weekend hangover. We got our Monday night bartender, which is going to be, we're breaking into the fall beers, guys. So, I mean, there's all sorts of new Oktoberfests. November, Florida with the kids. Right. Pool party at the mom's. There you go. Should be fun. We got our Monday night bartender again, guys. It's going to be fall beers. Again, Oktoberfests are running rampant. There's still a lot of them out there that I haven't tried. And we're going to have the Knucklehead Chris and Hooper in here. Hopefully, another surprise guest. I'll keep you posted on that one. We have our Tuesday Real Flicks and Chill. And of course, we round it all out with our Wednesday night open bar. A couple quick shout outs, though, before we wrap this one up. And one of them goes out to our good friends at MLH Distillery, located right here in Grove City, Pennsylvania. Guys, all these awesome she moved pictures. All these awesome bottles you see on your screen and you see me pouring at the bar, you can purchase at MLH Distillery, or you can purchase them at mlhdistillery.com. You can also find them on Facebook. Another quick shout out to our friends at Snap-on Tools, the premier selection in automotive tools. Robin, you're a good dude. Speaking of Bobby Ryder, look at that handsome gentleman right there, sporting the Another Shot t-shirt. Yeah, buddy. In case you guys are wondering, yes, that is our official middle-aged troll. We love the guy to death. He's awesome. You want a good laugh? Just look up Bobby. So, for those of you interested in shirts, we have plenty of them left. We have different sizes. They are unisex. On the front, you will see our logo. On the back is always our official saying. It could just be the alcohol talking. Still need to get some pictures on that one. That way we can start kind of pushing out a little bit more. But 25 for one, 45 for two, guys. Awesome deal. And I'm kind of surprised I have a feeling they're not going to last too much longer. Anyways, this is the official last shot of the evening. And our peaceful protester either has one up or... I see she's got her phone. She is ready. What do you got for us there, cat?
Sometimes the best thing you can do is not think, not wonder, not imagine, and not obsess. Just breathe.
Are you turned on?
Yes.
You're not registering at all.
Hello. All right, I'm gonna try this again. Sometimes the best thing you can do is not think, not wonder, not imagine, and not obsess. Just breathe. Have faith that everything will work out for the best.
I like it. For those of you on TikTok, we are heading there next, so the party is not over yet. But, as for me, I'm running really, you know what, I'm going to give it one more try. This is from our friends over there, Lynchwood Distillery. This is called Cherry Bomb. This is their 88 proof black cherry whiskey. And it's going to be a tiny for me on this one. No point in counting. We're just going to go ahead and run it. Here we go. Alright, guys. My famous saying. There are good ships, there are wood ships. There are ships that sail the sea, but the best ships are friendship. And may they always be. Guys, again, for those of you on TikTok, we're heading there next. Always remember, everything we say on this show is just our opinion, but then again...
It could just be the alcohol talking.
Whew. You guys have a good night. We'll catch you later. Cheers.
Thank you for stopping in and listening to the Another Shot podcast. We shared some drinks, stories, and laughs. But it's time to say goodnight. Join us next time on Another Shot podcast.
If you're looking for a party, then man, have you found it? Now the shot is coming raw and unbounded. The whiskey's always talking and the beer's overflowing. Now the shot is gonna hit you with the mind overloaded. The bar is always open, but no inhibitions. Another shot will leave your sensories twitching. Just remember, everything we say is just our opinion.